Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today to share a message that can transform your life in ways you may have never imagined. A message not just of physical health, but of spiritual, emotional, and mental renewal. A message that has the potential to revolutionize your very being. I want to speak about the life-changing benefits of fasting. Fasting for many may seem like an extreme discipline, a challenge reserved for the highly committed or those seeking some kind of spiritual awakening. But in truth, fasting is an ancient practice that is as relevant today as it was in the past. It is a practice that goes beyond religion, beyond culture, and beyond tradition. It is a practice that touches the core of what it means to be human. You see, fasting is not merely the act of abstaining from food. Fasting at its core is about focus. It is about purpose. It is about setting aside the distractions that so often consume our time and our energy so that we can reconnect with the essence of who we are and who we are meant to be. It is a deliberate pause in the cycle of life where we turn inward to reflect, to heal, and to grow. Fasting brings clarity to our vision. It silences the noise, the endless chatter, and helps us to hear the whispers of our inner being. Now, let us first talk about the physical benefits of fasting. Our bodies are designed to heal themselves. The Creator, in His infinite wisdom, designed our bodies in such a way that when we stop feeding them constantly, they are given the opportunity to repair and rejuvenate. When we fast, our body enters a state of rest. This rest is not the kind of rest we find in sleep. It is the kind of rest that comes from not overburdening our digestive system, not constantly taxing our organs with the demands of processing food. As a result, our body begins to break down the unhealthy cells, toxins, and waste that accumulate over time. This process, known as autophagy, is like a spring cleaning for the cells, removing the old to make way for the new. Fasting also supports weight management. In our world today, where food is abundant and easily accessible, we often overeat, not out of necessity, but out of habit. Our bodies are constantly working to digest and store food. However, by fasting, we give our bodies a break from the constant cycle of eating and digestion. This allows our metabolism to reset, encouraging our bodies to burn stored fat for energy instead of relying on the constant influx of food. Fasting also reduces insulin resistance, which has been linked to the development of several chronic diseases, including diabetes. Therefore, fasting is not just a tool for weight loss. It is a tool for longevity, for reducing the risk of diseases, and for maintaining the vitality of our bodies as we age. But the benefits of fasting are not confined to the physical realm. There is a deeper, more profound impact that fasting can have on our mental and emotional well-being. You see, we live in a world that is constantly demanding our attention. Our lives are filled with distractions, emails, phone calls, meetings, social media, the demands of our jobs, and the pressures of our relationships. These distractions create a state of mental clutter where we are overwhelmed by the noise of life. Fasting provides an opportunity to silence that noise. By abstaining from food, we create space to focus our attention on what truly matters. In this space of stillness, we gain clarity. We begin to understand ourselves better. We recognize the patterns of our thoughts and behaviors that may have been holding us back. We come face to face with our fears, our doubts, and our insecurities. And when we face these things in the stillness, we have the opportunity to release them, to let go of the emotional baggage that weighs us down. Fasting, therefore, becomes a process of emotional cleansing, a process of freeing ourselves from the burdens of the past so that we can step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. But there is yet another dimension to fasting, one that transcends even the physical and emotional realms. Fasting touches the very heart of our spiritual lives. You see, we were created for connection. We were created to be in relationship. with God, with ourselves, and with one another. Fasting is a powerful tool for deepening that connection. It is a way of setting aside our own desires, our own comforts in order to focus on our Creator. It is an act of surrender, a way of saying, I recognize that I am not in control, but you are. When we fast, we create an environment in which we can hear the voice of God more clearly. The distractions of the world fall away, and we are left with a deep sense of peace, a deep sense of purpose. Moreover, fasting teaches us discipline. It teaches us that we are not slaves to our desires. In a world that tells us to indulge in whatever we want, whenever we want, fasting reminds us that we are in control. We are the ones who decide what we will consume, what we will focus on, and how we will spend our time. This discipline extends beyond just food. It influences the way we live our lives, the choices we make, and the way we approach our goals and dreams. But fasting is not just about personal benefit. There is a communal aspect to fasting that cannot be overlooked. When we fast, we are participating in a long tradition of individuals who have sought a deeper connection with the divine and a more meaningful existence. We join a community of people, both past and present, who recognize the importance of spiritual discipline. And as we fast, we become more attuned to the needs of others. We develop a greater sense of empathy, of compassion, and of understanding. We realize that the blessings we receive through fasting are not just for our own benefit, but are meant to be shared with the world around us. Fasting in its essence is a tool for transformation. It is a tool that invites us to step away from the distractions of life and to focus on what truly matters. It is a tool for healing, for renewal, and for growth. It is a tool that enables us to reconnect with the deepest parts of ourselves, to hear the voice of our Creator, and to live with purpose and intention. The benefits of fasting are not just for a moment in time, but are transformative in every aspect of our lives. If we are willing to embrace this practice, we will find ourselves changed. Body, mind, and spirit. We will find ourselves closer to the life we were always meant to live. Fasting promotes physical healing and detoxification through a process called autophagy, where the body begins to break down and remove damaged cells, toxins, and waste. This is a natural rejuvenating mechanism that occurs when the body isn't constantly processing food. When we fast, we give our digestive system and internal organs a much needed break from their continuous workload. In the absence of food intake, the body shifts its focus from digestion to repair, allowing it to cleanse itself of accumulated impurities and promote cell regeneration. Autophagy is a crucial process in maintaining overall health and longevity. As we age or experience stress, our body accumulates dysfunctional or damaged cells. These cells can contribute to various health issues, including inflammation, chronic diseases, and the aging process. During fasting, autophagy accelerates, allowing the body to recycle and remove these dysfunctional cells, replacing them with healthy, functional ones. This is essential in reducing the risk of degenerative diseases such as cancer, Alzheimer's, and other age conditions. In addition to autophagy, fasting also plays a role in metabolic health. When we fast, our body shifts its energy source from glucose derived from food to stored fat. This process helps in reducing excess fat accumulation, promoting weight loss, and improving metabolic function. With fewer insulin spikes and a more regulated blood sugar level, the body becomes more efficient in handling glucose, reducing the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Fasting also helps balance hormone levels, including the release of growth hormone, which aids in muscle preservation and fat breakdown. Moreover, fasting enhances the body's ability to fight off inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a key factor in many modern health problems, including heart disease, diabetes, and autoimmune disorders. By allowing the body to rest from the constant influx of food and reducing insulin levels, fasting can lower inflammation markers and contribute to overall better health. It also aids in optimizing the immune system, allowing the body to focus on fighting off infections and promoting long-term wellness. In essence, fasting is a powerful tool for restoring balance to the body, enabling it to repair, regenerate, and improve its overall functionality. It encourages the body to heal itself rather than relying on external interventions, promoting long-term health benefits. Fasting enhances mental clarity by eliminating distractions and creating a space for focused reflection. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with information, tasks, and demands. Our minds are rarely at rest, always shifting from one thought to the next, overloaded with the noise of modern life. This constant barrage can lead to mental fatigue, stress, and a lack of focus, making it difficult to think clearly or to engage in deep, meaningful reflection. When we fast, however, we allow our minds to slow down and detach from external stimuli, offering us a rare opportunity for mental clarity. By abstaining from food, we give the digestive system a break, which indirectly benefits the brain. When we eat, our body diverts significant energy to digestion. This process requires resources, which can lead to a decrease in cognitive energy. With fasting, this energy is redirected to the brain, allowing it to function at a higher level. This is why many people report feeling more alert, focused, and mentally sharp during fasting periods. The lack of food-induced distractions allows the mind to enter a state of heightened awareness, making it easier to process thoughts and to solve problems with greater clarity. The act of fasting also sharpens our ability to concentrate. Without the constant urge to snack or the distraction of food thoughts, we can better direct our attention to the present moment. Fasting helps cultivate discipline in focusing on what truly matters, enhancing the ability to prioritize and accomplish tasks without the usual interruptions. With fewer external distractions, we find it easier to engage in creative and strategic thinking, which allows us to make better decisions and take intentional actions toward our goals. Additionally, fasting offers the opportunity for deep self-reflection. As we remove the external focus on food, we are given a moment to examine our inner thoughts, emotions, and habits. This inward turn encourages us to assess our values, intentions, and aspirations, and helps us to clarify what truly matters in our lives. In these moments of stillness, we can identify patterns in our thinking that may have been clouded by distractions and begin to make more conscious choices in our daily lives. Fasting thus creates a space for both mental focus and self-awareness, allowing us to reconnect with our inner thoughts and improve our cognitive abilities. Fasting fosters emotional cleansing by helping us release past fears, doubts, and insecurities. In the fast-paced world we live in, we often carry emotional baggage from past experiences that weigh us down, hinder our growth, and prevent us from moving forward. These emotional burdens, whether from unresolved trauma, negative self-talk, or unhealed wounds, can take up mental and emotional space, clouding our judgment and affecting our well-being. Fasting provides an opportunity to step away from the distractions of life and confront these emotions head on. When we fast, we create a space of silence, free from the usual noise and the constant need to focus on external matters like food or consumption. In this silence, we are better able to turn inward and face our unresolved emotions. As the body detaches from the process of eating, the mind becomes more attuned to deeper feelings and suppressed memories. These feelings that we might have ignored or buried for years can surface, giving us the opportunity to confront them, process them, and ultimately release them. Fasting brings about a heightened awareness of our emotional state. It gives us the chance to observe how we react to the absence of food or the discomfort of hunger. These feelings often reflect deeper emotional triggers that are tied to fear, anxiety, or insecurity. Rather than turning to food as a coping mechanism or distraction, fasting encourages us to sit with those emotions, acknowledge them, and work through them. In doing so, we can address the root causes of our emotional struggles and begin the healing process. The discipline required during fasting also teaches us how to regain control over our emotions. By resisting the temptation to indulge in food, we gain a sense of mastery over our impulses and urges. This self-control has a ripple effect on other areas of our lives, enabling us to better manage our emotional responses to situations that might have previously triggered anxiety or anger. We learn not to be slaves to our emotions, but to respond to them with greater awareness and intentionality. In essence, fasting allows us to clear the emotional clutter that accumulates over time, giving us the freedom to heal from the inside out. It provides a unique opportunity to let go of past hurts, break free from negative emotional patterns, and embrace emotional healing and growth. Fasting deepens spiritual connection by encouraging surrender and heightened awareness of the divine. In a world that is constantly pulling us in different directions, it can be challenging to maintain a focused connection with our higher self or the divine. The noise of daily life, the constant busyness, and the endless distractions often make it difficult to hear the subtle whispers of our spirit or to feel the presence of something greater than ourselves. Fasting, however, provides a powerful way to clear away the distractions and foster a deeper connection with the divine. When we fast, we consciously choose to set aside our immediate desires and comforts, including our need for food. This act of surrender, giving up something we rely on for sustenance, becomes a symbol of our willingness to let go of control and submit ourselves to a higher power. Fasting in this way becomes an act of humility. It reminds us that we are not in control of everything and that there are forces greater than us that provide for our needs. It encourages us to trust in something beyond our immediate circumstances and to rely on faith rather than on our own strength. As we fast, we begin to become more aware of our spiritual needs. The absence of food opens up a space for reflection, prayer, and meditation. We are no longer preoccupied with satisfying our physical hunger, and instead we turn our attention to satisfying the deeper spiritual hunger within us. In the quiet moments of fasting, we may find ourselves drawn into a more intimate relationship with the divine, seeking guidance, wisdom, and strength. It is during these moments that we may feel the presence of the divine most strongly, as fasting allows us to be still enough to listen and receive spiritual insight. Fasting also teaches us gratitude. By abstaining from food, we become more mindful of the blessings we have, including the simple act of nourishment. This awareness leads to a greater sense of reverence for the divine provision in our lives and helps us to cultivate an attitude of thankfulness. Moreover, fasting strengthens our ability to focus on the things that truly matter, such as love, faith, and spiritual growth, rather than being distracted by the material or temporary aspects of life. Ultimately, fasting draws us closer to our spiritual center. It enables us to quiet our minds, open our hearts, and create a space for divine connection, helping us to live with a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. Fasting cultivates self-discipline and a sense of control over desires and choices in all areas of life. In a world that often encourages indulgence and instant gratification, fasting is a powerful reminder of our ability to exercise control over our impulses and urges. We live in a culture that tells us to seek pleasure at every turn, from food to entertainment to material possessions, yet fasting challenges this way of thinking by encouraging us to practice restraint, to say no to our immediate desires in order to achieve something greater. It teaches us that true freedom does not lie in the ability to give in to every desire, but in the ability to control those desires and choose what is best for us in the long term. When we fast, we are faced with hunger, discomfort, and the temptation to give up. But in choosing to push through these moments, we develop the strength to resist short-term gratification for the sake of long-term goals. This discipline extends far beyond food and into other areas of our lives. As we practice restraint with food, we learn how to exercise similar self-control with other desires, whether it be the urge to procrastinate, overindulge in entertainment, or make impulsive purchases. We begin to understand that discipline is not about deprivation, but about aligning our actions with our greater purpose. Fasting also helps us become more mindful of our choices. The act of abstaining from food forces us to become more intentional with our actions. When we fast, we must be deliberate about what we choose to focus on and what we allow ourselves to engage with. This heightened awareness spills over into other aspects of our lives, encouraging us to make intentional choices that align with our values and goals, whether it's managing our time more effectively, setting healthy boundaries in relationships, or making better financial decisions. Fasting sharpens our ability to make conscious, purpose-driven choices. Additionally, fasting helps build resilience. It teaches us that we do not need to rely on external comforts or immediate rewards to feel content. When we choose to face discomfort head on, we develop a sense of strength and self-assurance that can carry us through difficult situations. This resilience strengthens our ability to navigate life's challenges with a calm and focused mind, knowing that we have the inner resources to overcome adversity. Through fasting, we not only build physical strength, but also mental and emotional fortitude. The discipline we develop in fasting becomes a tool for personal growth, helping us to lead lives that are more intentional, focused, and aligned with our highest aspirations. Fasting as a practice is far more than just an act of abstaining from food. It is a powerful tool that touches every facet of our being, our body, mind, emotions, and spirit. In a world that is constantly pulling us in different directions, fasting provides an opportunity to reconnect with what truly matters, to find clarity amidst the chaos, and to cultivate the discipline needed to live a life of purpose and intention. Physically, fasting gives our bodies the chance to heal and reset. It promotes autophagy, where the body clears out damaged cells and toxins, allowing for regeneration and improved health. This process helps reduce the risk of chronic diseases, boost metabolism, and can even aid in weight management. By allowing our body the time to rest from constant digestion, we create an environment where it can repair itself and function optimally. The benefits of fasting go beyond just detoxification. They touch on longevity and maintaining vitality as we age. Mentally, fasting sharpens our focus and enhances clarity. By removing the distractions of food and the endless cycle of eating, we give our minds the space to slow down, reflect, and make more thoughtful decisions. It allows us to be more present, more in tune with our thoughts and ideas, and less likely to be caught up in the distractions of modern life. The mental discipline cultivated through fasting can improve problem-solving abilities and increase productivity, allowing us to approach tasks with greater efficiency and intention. Emotionally, fasting provides the opportunity for cleansing. It helps us confront past traumas, insecurities, and fears that we may have buried under layers of distraction. By sitting with our discomfort, we can process and release emotions that no longer serve us. Fasting becomes a a form of emotional healing, allowing us to let go of baggage that has been holding us back. It teaches us how to manage our emotions, encouraging us to respond to challenges with greater patience and awareness. Spiritually, fasting deepens our connection with the divine. It encourages us to surrender, to trust in a higher power, and to turn our focus inward. In moments of fasting, we can experience a heightened sense of presence and spiritual awareness. We become more attuned to the whispers of our inner selves and the voice of the divine, leading us to make decisions that align with our highest purpose. It is a practice of humility, reminding us that we are not in control of everything, and that surrendering to a higher purpose can bring about peace and clarity. Lastly, fasting cultivates self-discipline. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, fasting teaches us the power of restraint. It helps us to exercise control over our impulses and urges, allowing us to make choices that align with our long-term goals rather than short-term desires. This discipline extends into every aspect of our lives, our relationships, our work, and our personal development. Through fasting, we learn to be intentional with our choices, cultivating a life that is aligned with our values. Ultimately, fasting is a transformative practice. It is a tool for personal growth, healing, and spiritual connection. It encourages us to take a step back from the constant noise and distractions of the world and to focus on what truly matters. Whether it is for physical health, mental clarity, emotional healing, or spiritual growth, the benefits of fasting are profound and far-reaching. By embracing this practice, we open ourselves to the possibility of transformation, leading us to a life of greater purpose, fulfillment, and peace.